Okay, today we're gonna take a closer look at the VIOFO A229 Plus, because last time I forgot to show you guys these all the cables it comes with. So first off, so this is the main unit, right? This is how it connects, and then the lens, you can actually move the lens, which I find very convenient. You can, once it's connected to your windshield, you can look at the back screen and decide, you know, where you want this lens. And this is pretty much exactly I had the previous model on my Dodge Charger, was super happy with that one. But that's how it's assembled. So this is the main unit. The power goes in here. This is the power, and you can, like in my car, I don't have, well, I have one cigarette lighter adapter, but it's in the back, so I'd rather use just a regular USB. And also it's convenient because I can unplug it and plug it just to start the camera, because I don't run it all the time. You know, when, let's say, when I'm working for Uber and Lyft, now I would run it. So the power goes in the top, like this thing over here. Yeah, and then it's a pretty long cable, so what I do is I slide it through the visor, and then through the handle on the above the door on the passenger side, and then I wrap it around the headrest on the passenger side and hide the rest. But you can do a better job. You can actually have this hardwire. It comes with this hardwire kit, and also they even give you this tool, so if you want to make it look nicer, you can hide all the cables, you know, under the plastic parts in the car. But the way it's connected, so yeah, that's, so once you hook up this facing forward like this, so the power goes in here, then you either use the USB or you put this in into your cigarette lighter adapter. Then there's two cameras, right? This is the, hold on, which one is this? This is the internal. Yeah, internal goes here on the right, and they look exactly the same, internal and rear, but the difference is that internal camera has these 4 lights, you know, so to better record what's happening inside the cab, right? And so this hooks up here, the power, and this hooks up here on the side, so that's your internal camera. And this is the rear camera. Also the power goes in here, the power cable goes in here, and they give you a very long cable. But I'm gonna install the main unit and the internal camera. I'm not gonna bother with this because in my Jeep the rear window is tinted, and also, you know, I'm not very good with this. Like, otherwise, of course, you know, it would be useful to hide the cable under the plastic at the you know, above the doors, but I'll see. So for now I just want to basically leave this aside, but this connects, by the way, the power connects in here on this side. No, wait, so this is internal. Oh wait, yeah, so it's gonna be sitting like this on the windshield. The internal camera goes in here, and the external, the rear camera, goes in here. So it's cool because they have different connectors. You cannot mix them up, you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install this and this, and also they give you some spare sticky things. So like the big one, the small one, and this is the USB cable. I believe this is just to download the data. And then I got this for free because you know, it's a review kind of like gift, right? But normally you have to pay for this, and you can buy these. You can you can buy this model. Actually, you can choose how many channels or how many cameras you want. Like you want one channel, then you just get this. Then it's the cheapest way. So this only records facing forward. Then if you want two channels or two cameras, you get this and this, or this and this. And then of course the most expensive and the complete kit is the camera facing forward with the display, the internal camera that records the driver and the passengers, and the rear view camera that's installed in the rear window of a car. But basically that's how it is. So it's not that complicated. So the difficult part for me now is I have to remove my existing dash cam, which is also VIOFO. Oh, and by the way they recommend this, they recommend putting this to the right of the rear view mirror, and that's exactly where my mini dash cam is located now. And they said make sure that the camera is inside the area covered by the windshield wiper, because I made that mistake once before. You put it too high and then that part of the window stays dirty, right? You got to make sure that the windshield wiper will clean that area. And so it has to be, this goes to the right of the rear view mirror, and the internal camera goes to the left of the rear view mirror, basically right where the driver head is, right? So looking at the driver, and this will also record the passengers behind. So again, so that's going to be my setup, a front facing camera and the interior facing camera, just for safety. And Uber gave me already a sticker, you know, you may be recorded, so I'm going to attach that somewhere in the car. And I registered my current VIOFO with Uber. I'll just have to change registration because it's the same brand, but the camera is now recording both facing forward and into the cab. So I took off my old cam, and I can see where the windshield wiper reaches out. So I think it was, my old cam was right behind the somewhere here, because yeah, I can see oh yeah, it goes way over, so it reaches even over here. But yeah, it has to be out of your sight, right? And so here the mirror blocks it, and so I made sure I got some glass wipes. I clean up this area, so this is where the main camera is going to be, and this is where we will install the interior camera. And I compared the cable, the power cable, and it's the same. And so I'm not gonna see how I did it. So I wrapped it around the mirror, then the sun visor, then the handle, and then over here I wrapped it around like this. And even with passengers, yeah, this thing hangs loose, but you know, I tighten it like this, and this allows me to quickly start it without messing up with because on the one I have now, the unit itself is super small. It's very hard to see, you know, like typeface is very small, like this is bigger, so this should be easier to read here in the back. But I never touch it, I just do this, because as soon as you plug it in, you see I have like this one here, as soon as you plug it in, it starts recording. It tells you, like there's a voice acknowledgement. It says recording started. And so I have this two micro USB, which I can use for CarPlay, and regular USB. And also here in the back, I discovered my Jeep has this, so I can use that other plug-in, but then it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be like I'll have to deal again with that cable. Like I found the position, people don't seem to mind that this thing sticks out a little bit, and you know, it hangs like this and nobody said anything. Now one mistake I made with the previous install is that the camera was sitting a bit crooked. So now I'm determined to make sure that it's perfectly vertical, you know, because once you unseal this and you put it on, it's gonna be, yeah, see, it's basically it's gonna sit like this, and then you can rotate the camera. But it's important to do this, because that's what, in my case, I think it was a little bit to one side, because all these lines, they're not, you know, parallel to the ground or anything like that. So you gotta make sure that it's all aligned. But anyway, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna attach this. Maybe let me take it out of here, and I'm gonna start the ignition so that I can start the power, because the first thing I gotta do is I'm using the new micro SD card. I decided not to reuse the old one because this one is fresh, but you still have to format it before you do anything. And then I want to go through the menu, make sure I choose HDR, because it's available on I believe all channels, and whatever I can choose there to enhance the image quality. And then once we install it, then we're gonna go for a quick ride around the neighborhood, because then you'll be able to see me through this camera, like internal camera. So we're gonna do it, I can make it on my computer look like, you know, picture in picture. And so from now on, my Uber Lyft Chronicles videos are gonna be so much interesting, because people were requesting to show them the city instead of showing them my face all the time. And so this way the camera will be showing you the front, and then in the corner you will still see my face when I'm talking. So I think it's gonna be good. So picture in picture, okay? Well, the main camera is installed. I still had to tilt it slightly because the windshield is tilted, you know. I was basically looking at the roofs of the buildings, make sure that they're parallel to the ground. So now it's time to install this bad boy over here. Tell you that it's not as easy as it sounds. Okay, let's see. I think I have to start that one, because this way I can check the I can check what position the camera should be. Okay, so let's just
recording. One channel started.
One channel. You don't say. Oh, no, it says connecting.
Recording. 2 channels started.
Uh-huh. 2 channels. The only problem is that this camera, oh, it rotates. Beautiful. Check this out, guys. So as long as you attach it, I can actually see myself. Where's my face? And why is it upside down? It's supposed to be like this. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. Otherwise the camera shows upside down. I think we should be good. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I hope I'm not get arrested for this, because this is, well, not exactly in my view, but I'm not sure why is it. It would be so much easier if the camera was, the cable was coming out, you know, like this is how I had to connect it. I thought the logical way would be like this, so that the cable is here, but it does not allow me to do that. Well, I can always hide it here. I probably have to make some kind of a, use some kind of a cable here, because yeah, this is a bit annoying that this sits like this. Oh wait, I think there was something in the kit there. They give you something. Anyway, I'm gonna secure it. But that's 2 channels, boys and girls. So one recording the driver and one recording so the room in there. And yeah, so now we can, and the screen is so much easier to deal with. You see, when I click record, it pauses, and then you can that's how I do it, right? Then you can just turn it off. All right, so let's go for a ride, and we're gonna test the audio, see if it's actually usable for, you know, this kind of thing where I'm talking. And I set up the highest resolution, which is 2K, and the highest basically video quality, like the frequency, what do you call it, bit rate. So let's go for a test drive.
Recording. 1 channel started. Recording. 1 channel started.
1 channel? You don't say.
Recording. 2 channels started.
2 channels. Now the problem is that this camera Oh, it rotates. Beautiful. Check this out, guys. So as long as you attach it, I can actually see myself. Where's my face? And why is it upside down? It's supposed to be like this. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. Otherwise the camera shows upside down. I think we should be good. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I hope I'm not get arrested for this, because this is not exactly in my view, but I'm not sure why is it would be so much easier if the camera was, the cable was coming out, you know, like this is how I had to connect it. I thought the logical way would be like this, so that the cable is here, but it does not allow me to do that. Well, I can always try it here. I have to make some kind of a, use some kind of a cable here. Because yeah, this is a bit annoying. This sits like this. Oh wait, I think there was something in the kit there. Give you something. Anyway, I'm gonna secure it. But that's 2 channels, boys and girls. So one recording the driver, and one recording so the room in there. And yeah, so now I can.
Recording. 2 channels started.
So recording started. So let's see how it works. Man, I just did some vacuuming, and all the stuff from the floor, for some reason, flew on the seats. Man, so I only made things worse. Okay, so this is garbage. Yeah, I look like this because it's really hot today. It's almost, what is it, 32C. Well, let's go for a drive and we'll see. I'm particularly interested in the quality of the front-facing camera, because it's supposed to be way better than before, and this is pretty much very similar, you know, form factor to what I had in my Dodge Charger. But like I mentioned, I did not remove the dash cam when I traded in that Charger for a stupid Hellcat. And I had nothing in the Hellcat because I did not intend to keep it for long. It was just a gamble. I was just hoping that the Hellcat will double in price, which it did not. Instead, I lost $20,000 Canadian. Alright, so I hope the audio is okay. So we have a speed zone over here, very popular in Calgary where I'm filming this. They have these playground zones. And the speed limit is 30 kilometers an hour. And it's from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. So pretty much every time I drive through these, I get caught in this rule. So I'm just driving around, so basically here you will see a combination of different colors, and now we're shooting against the sun. So it'll be interesting to see how it handles the sun. And there's an optional accessory, a polarizing filter. I think I tried it. I see another speed zone. I think I tried it on my previous camera, but I did not like it very much because you have to remove it, in my experience, when, let's say, it's cloudy. So it's only good if there's lots of sun and lots of blinks, reflections, because then that filter will give you potentially sharper image. But now this is interesting because I wonder how the exposure will look like, because if I was using a regular camera right now and the sun is so bright, even though it's already 7:30 in the evening, like the rest of the picture would be underexposed. Now this is a typical Calgary apartment neighborhood, so as you can see, I'm driving by some standalone houses, townhouses. Up ahead there's some apartment buildings similar to what I live in. I live in a 4-story apartment building. And as you straight ahead, there's like a whole mini village here of these 3-story units, and they have doors on the outside, so it's basically like townhouses. So you have a unit and you have 3 stories to yourself. I'm not sure what I would do with that. I have hard time cleaning my 550 square foot apartment. By the way, this building on the right, they started working on it pretty much when they were doing the foundation when I moved to Calgary from Ontario in September 22, and it took them about 2 years, and now it's all done. People are moving in, and here's our local gas station and a convenience store. We have Circle K over here. So again, I'm just looking for different shapes, different colors, see what the cam can show us. Okay, I need to stop here for a second. Now, can we read the text? Parking 15 minutes. I hope this cam is good enough for that.
Recording. 2 channels started.
recording start. That's beautiful. Alright, so let's go for another quick loop before I return to my mansion and take care of the video. And by the way, right now there's a big sale on these dash cams by VIOFO. Links are in the description below. Check them out, and there's also a code you can use to get additional discount. So we are in the northeast Calgary. Recently it's been very hot. I work during the day as a light truck driver. And I'm basically dying over there in that safety vest. But today I lucked out. I stopped by Princess Auto and I got these. So from now on, I checked with the manager. They said, yeah, if you have these, you don't need the full-blown safety vest. And of course, these are much cooler, more, you know, wearer friendly. And there's still lots of land everywhere. They keep building, they keep renovating, and there's still not enough real estate on the market, and there's a lot of available land from what I can see. And real estate prices, because of that shortage, keep going up. So my apartment now is $90,000 over compared to what the price was in October 22. And so, as you can see, like street after street after street, it's all houses, townhouses, and we are about 10 minutes northeast of the airport. Maybe we should go briefly on a freeway, you know, just to see how the camera records at high speeds. What do you guys think? There's a weird situation here with the freeway access where we can jump on going eastbound, but I cannot go westbound. Now you will see in a second here. On the right, after I turn, you will see a big green sign that says no access to 201 west. Basically the airport and west part of Calgary. For some reason they were lazy. Maybe they'll do it, but yeah, you see the sign on the right, no access to 201 west. But here, this is the ramp. Oh, and you can see on the right here, it's still like this was field. This was just plain field about 10 months ago. And I kept coming in this way from work, and I was watching how they were building these plywood houses, as I call them. So yeah, because here they did not build a bridge. Like you need a bridge to go to western side, right? Because you have to go over the actual freeway or the highway. So here they just did this lazy thing, and that's it. That truck is going west, so now we're going east. We'll just go to the next exit, which which is Country Hills Boulevard. So give you a nice little view. Like, the roads are not bad, but over here in Calgary, after winter, quite often they have just chunks of pavement missing, and there'll be a hole, you know, and they don't fix them fast enough. And so if you're not careful, you can just hit that pothole, you know, maybe damage your wheel, damage your tire. And that's why here it's extremely important to keep the distance from the car in the front. Well, not on the freeway. On the freeway, the pavement is more or less okay, but when you go on city streets, that's where you have to do this, you know, slalom, trying to avoid all these potholes. Some of them are like knee deep. So this unit is also equipped with a GPS. So not only should you be able to see my speed, but also my location, which can be helpful in case of an accident. And this is the exit. The guy in the front has a bobcat or skid steer on a small trailer with 3 axles. And he's going east, basically away from Calgary. I'm going west on Country Hills Boulevard. This one crosses Calgary all the way from east to west, and most of the time it's 4 lanes divided by regular speed limits. Like you see the sign on the right, of course that's kilometers. Maximum 60. Which would be funny if some American guys decided to do 60 miles over here, which is 100 kilometers an hour. By the way, cops here are pretty strict about speed. Just today I saw a guy on Métis Trail, and they like sitting where the speed limit changes. And so this guy was sitting there because on the road in front of him the speed limit was 70 kilometers an hour, and where he was standing it was 60 kilometers an hour. And so if some daredevil was doing, let's say, 90 in a 70 zone, and then he enters 60 and most people don't pay attention, so now he's 30 kilometers over, which is a nice amount of change for a ticket. I think it's about $300. Okay, can we read the plate in the front? CMN7622. Because, you know, when you get into an accident, you must be able to read plates of the vehicles around you, surrounding you, in case you need a witness, or in case that guy hit you or you hit him, whatever. And some basic dash cams I really lack in this respect, because you can hardly figure out like signs, you know. Like here on the right there's a green sign that says Skyview Circle with an arrow pointing left, and then it says Cornerstone HTS, Cornerstone Heights, with the arrow pointing to the right. But I don't know if this field of view of this cam will capture that. And this building on the right, something is wrong with this one. When I moved here in October 22, the frame was already done. And then it took them 2.5 years, and they're still not finished. Like, it was sitting in a, as a frame maybe for 1.5 years. There was no workers, because I was jogging here or walking or just driving my car, and I was like, what the heck is going on with that building, But anyway, so I think that was enough for a quick look at this new dash cam by VIOFO. I hope you guys like it. I haven't seen the footage yet, right? So now I'm gonna go home and check it out. Hopefully the camera is not too crooked. Again, it's hard to position it properly. Like I was trying for 5 minutes, but because the windshield is not, exact, it's like round, right? So you have to play with it, which way, how to position the camera. So anyway, check out the links in the description. So this cam can be purchased as a 1-channel, 2-channel, or 3-channel, meaning 1 camera, 2 cameras, 3 cameras. Of course, the 3-camera setup is the most expensive, but then you have the picture from the front, inside the car, and from the rear. Thanks for watching. Ciao.